nailed it. It's time to put these tracks on the Dream Camper.
Thing sounds so mean.
Oh yeah, it does sound better after the big bore too, for sure. This one clearly became separated from itself in a non-constructive fashion. The other rear one, that one over there, this part turned into a piece of spaghetti and got wrapped around the axle. So this part's good on this one. Remount this track on here, mount the other three up, and then I'm gonna have to make some custom brackets, probably. Away we go! Grind Hard Power Wheels Mod Shop. How may I direct your swindle? Oh, that's good. Something tells me this is gonna be really hard to steer. Reality could change entirely tomorrow. Physics could just be a completely different thing. You never know, one can always hope.
You'll have that on these dream jobs.
Oh, it is a Dream Camper. Holy crap, this thing's tall.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see. There we go.
Do you have a second, Edwin?
Yeah.
You have to come see this.
All right. I can't even remember what you guys are working on. I'm so a week ahead of you guys right now. The edits.
That's pretty.
Or no, I'm a week behind. You guys are building the next thing, and I'm working on what you were working on last week.
Yeah, wait till you see what we have in here.
I actually completely forgot what you guys are working on. I've been like so in the zone.
Well, that's perfect
I also
because you're.
forgot it's cold outside.
I don't think you're prepared, Edwin.
Oh, that's the best track thing yet.
Wait, come look at this side. Both of them are on this side.
Were we just having lunch like an hour ago?
Yeah. I mean, they're not, like, we can't drive it yet. All the stabilizers aren't there,
Okay.
but they're bolted on.
Holy smokes. It's a completely different world than when they were on the kernel.
Yeah, it looks just more right.
It looks right because it has height.
Yep.
Before it looked like a
looks right.
bathtub.
That was a good rhyme there, Edwin. Bit of a finagle fest. It came off suddenly and violently, so I don't really know how it would like to go back on. Using a fab table to put parts on. Really not my brightest move ever. There's holes literally all over it. Oh, what a beautiful thing. It's hilarious. This is the bracket here. They're super duper overkill. I think the idea was partly, I mean, I didn't design these, I modified them a little bit, but I assume the plan was just make them overkill because it's easier that way. And then also I think the idea is that they give a little bit of extra strength to the A-arms, but the A-arms are not the part that breaks in my experience. It's more of the steering parts that break. So anyway, I put this up there and it does fit rather well over the bottom of the A-arm, under the bottom of the A-arm, whatever. It fits there-ish. So what I've done here is I just picked 2 hexagon holes. So you can see this piece goes over this and clamps it on there. And it has that little alignment pin. And there's a way for that to align with a hole that's already there in the hexagons. But the original bolt holes here and here do not. So you can see in this plate I already drilled 2 new holes that do align with hexagons. So now I just have to transfer that to here, drill that, and then we'll test fit and see if my plan has worked. My evil plan. someone's gonna have to like forcibly stop me from test driving it without the rear ones attached.
No, Ethan, just say no.
I don't say no, I say yes.
All right, send it.
Wow, you didn't drive very hard. Man, I tell you what, this new VFD I got for this thing is so premium. That's that little box over there on the wall. It's nice because I can slow it down more for drilling. And it's quieter. I have to grind this corner down so it fits around the tube of the A-arm. All right, it's test drive time, right?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, I'm gonna sit in it anyway. I'm gonna sit in it and make vroom vroom noises because I gotta experience how tall it, how much taller it is. Oh, oh. It's still a struggle to get it. Oh. I feel like I'm on top of the world. Oh yeah, steering. That's gonna be fun.
Ooh.
Blinded Slim over there.
Yeah. I don't need to see anyway.
Oh,
As long
wait.
as the camera can see.
Oh, well, it's kind of important for you to be able to see what the camera sees.
Yes.
So, now that we've drooled over it all night, you know, looking at how premium it looks, I pulled this track back off to figure out the bracket. Now, this is the bracket I had when these tracks were on the kernel, and it would work just fine on here because these are the same A-arms, except that this bolt would have gone to where the sway bar mounted, which I completely changed that up on this, and so there's nothing for it to go to. So the idea here is that it goes through this bolt, and then the stabilizer bolts through this hole here. But without a bolt up here, it doesn't really have a lot of resistance to being pulled down, right? So I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is actually just take this plate here and bend it over so it comes over the top of this, and that might even be enough. Yeah, actually, I really like this. It's even simpler than it was before. And lighter too! Weight reduction! That looks kinda nifty.
Actually looks pretty cool.
It's a weird little thing, but it'll work. Now, the other problem is I'm missing a bunch of the hardware for this. But it's not like I have a shortage of hardware around here. There's 1 or 2 bonus bolts in the vicinity.
Maybe even 3.
Possibly 3. There could be. As many as 4. My metric bonus bolts are all organized by size and thread pitch. I don't like... Oh, wait! Haha! That's actually the hardware that's for it. I recognize the spacers. Like, that's...
Wow. What are the odds it was right on top,
I know!
too?
Like, because I dumped this, I was about ready to just yeet, dump the whole thing out. I don't know where the other one is, because there is another one, but maybe it's in here. Let's find out. Aha! Hey, imagine that. Figure I might as well throw a little bit of white primer on here at least. Make them look a little more premium. I have to leave a lot of this inside edge unwelded because I need room for the bolts to go in, but that little tack there, as you can see, isn't actually fused onto there from when I made these like 3 years ago or whenever that was. So, a little fixing with the old TIG welder and we'll be in business. Crispy. Why spend time making something lame when you can spend time making something cool? This is just a piece of solid rod that's pretty close to the outside diameter of this. So, and it actually has threads on one end already. I have a heim joint here. Just drill and tap that. And then I figure maybe I'll just make this piece out of plastic. It won't be as squishy as the rubber, but you know, that doesn't super matter. This mostly just kind of cushions it. Just a little pivoty thing that holds it in place. So what else would I do today if not make random things that I don't really need to make? Yeah, look at that. Found a nut and a washer and a little sleevey thing. It's shorter, but you know, who cares as long as I compensate with the overall length. And this needs to be in the same place as that, give or take. Obviously it's adjustable, so it's to be perfect. And then I don't want a little more overlap into that thread, so like we'll call it there. This is a little thing I like to do that I don't really know how much difference it makes, but I always like to start the tap in the lathe just to make sure it's nice and centered. So I like to leave the I'll leave this bolt just loose enough that you can slide it still, and then just, you know, get the chuck as tight as possible. Slather it with cutting oil. Fire up the lathe and just go until it stops. Of course, you run out of friction on the chuck, but by that point, your threads are started nice and straight. So I can just make one if I don't find anyone here in a few seconds, but if I can find a washer that's kind of like nice and thick like that and would fit this diameter, then I can just weld it on there and this thing will be complete. I just don't like that. I might just have to head over to the arc droid and make one. And then let's see, this is 1.45. I see no reason for it to be any larger than that, so we'll go with 1.45. Outside cut, enter. And the screen's off to it's way over there, but that'll work. Yeah, we'll save that. And now we have a little donut. Yes, this is definitely what calipers are meant for. Look at that. That was actually faster than trying to find a washer. Except I also tried to find one. Oh. Well, I guess I could have only got a little more snug on that. Whatever. Man, this has been one exciting week. For you watching this, it's probably been 2 weeks since we test drove the Hayabusa, but for us, that's been just this week. So we test drove the Hayabusa on Tuesday. Yesterday, we test drove the Grom timber sled, the Grom snow bike. Today, Friday, we're gonna go test drive this. How premium is that? All of the awesome snow machines in 1 week.
It's a good week for you, Ethan.
Yeah, it's actually pretty rare that we finish 3 different projects in 1 week. It's usually not even close to that. Another warm up for a few minutes. That is way too much fun.
Dude, it just flew up that hill.
Yeah, I mean, you saw here, I came up like not quite the steepest part, but nearly the steepest part of the hill, and then tried to come over the snow berm and was like sideways, almost tipping over, just backed up and did it again.
Yeah, dude, that was so sick.
Well, this is officially the most capable snow vehicle we've yet built. Like, a snow bike, a regular snow bike, which technically we didn't build, is more capable of going in more technical and difficult places than this, but as far as just like brute force just going up a hill power without speed, this thing's amazing.
Yeah, dude, you could just crawl up anything with this.
Yeah. Now the steering is sketchy because it's just very, very hard to steer at all. But then once you get past a certain point, like your momentum kind of catches the edges of the tracks and makes them steer a lot harder. So to avoid breaking stuff, you definitely have to take it easy when you're turning, but you know, that's easy. It's automatic CVT drive, so easy to back up and try again. Yeah, because honestly, like if you just had more leverage on the steering, like regular handlebars would, you'd be fine. But with just this little steering wheel, it's a workout. But man, what a glorious beast.
Incredible too.
Oh yeah, that was fun. That got a little rowdy.
It did.
Ethan put this thing on tracks when Will and I were gone, so we haven't seen it yet. I'm super stoked. It looks amazing, but I haven't seen it in action yet.
It was like wheeling all the way up it.
It's not even warmed up yet. something for this long and this hard, which of us do you trust the least driving it?
That's really a toss-up.
Because I've literally rolled it.
You've rolled it, yeah, it's harder to roll now. Yeah, it's really a toss-up between you guys because, like, Will, I feel like in some ways is maybe even a better driver, but he's more prone to make stupid choices. Like intentionally, like Will's gonna be an intentionally stupid choice, like I should go way faster around this corner. Yours is more of like an accidental stupid choice, like I should just keep going up the hill with not nearly enough speed.
Yeah.
Right? Like
exactly.
you guys are, they're Swindle brothers.
It's a toss-up.
It's a toss-up between the Swindle brothers.
Well, I guess you'll go first then.
All right.
Or the Drone Killer brothers, as I'm gonna call you now.
You trust neither of us, but you trust neither of us equally.
In different ways.
It'll be fine. You just have to take it really easy anytime you're turning. And just take some time to get used to it because it's very difficult to steer.
Where are you going, Will?
Everywhere. All over the place.
All right, I'll try to follow you.
You can stand on the rotopack mount too, it's solid.
Gotcha.
It's definitely up there as the coolest looking thing we've ever built.
The last time I drove this, I caught on fire.
Really? Yeah, because you had a bandana and you just let it fall onto the exhaust pipe. This brake isn't bled yet, so just only the rear one works. But you don't really need brake.
All test drives start like this with Ethan. This brake doesn't work, but this one does. You're fine.
I know, I told him to take it easy and like get used to it, and he's just like, nope, full
Absolutely
speed ahead.
dropping on it. Oh, he rolled it. Dang it. What happened?
I like slowly tipped over. I was trying so hard not to tip over.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm premium. I just.
You make poor decisions.
Yeah, it was a poor decision. For some reason, I thought it was just gonna go, but.
That's the one thing. That one, yeah, I broke that, but. Well,
How did you think you weren't gonna tip over?
I don't know. It just like seemed like it was gonna go straight through it.
I mean, you tipped over in snow at low speed,
Yeah.
so that's good.
You know how Ethan was talking about not trusting either of us?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you just lost a little trust.
Yeah.
As he said, don't go fast while this steering wheel's turned. You literally go full throttle, full lock down the hill. You film us every day.
Yeah.
Who do you trust the least?
Well, you guys are on kind of an even level. But I think that I trust you a little bit more, Ed, because you have a little bit more years of experience.
Yeah.
Well, and I think I just have broken enough of Ethan's stuff where like I have high pressure to not want to mess up anymore. And I really like not being injured as well, which
You do have you always hurt yourself too.
exactly, like Will rolls stuff and like breaks stuff, but he doesn't get hurt himself. Every time I do anything, I hurt myself. I was limping for 2 weeks after that whole pocket bike incident, and I still can hardly put my foot in my snowboard boot, which is important to me.
And there's Will, who just wears 3 hoodies and just makes it out of these crazy
Just don't.
situations. Ed, do you think you're gonna roll it?
No, I'm not gonna roll it. I'm gonna actually take it easy.
See, that's what I was saying though. See, I trust you to take it easy. I trust, well, not anymore. I used to trust that Will was a pretty good driver.
But like that was so obvious,
Like,
and you almost did it 5 times. Every
I know
corner
over
you
there, I was like, oh, no.
official. I trust Edwin driving things more than Will now.
I think I do too.
Yeah. Edwin's made enough mistakes to learn from. Will keeps making mistakes and learning the wrong lesson. He keeps making mistakes and learning that he's invincible, which is not true.
Yeah, I was a little concerned that day I chose to ride with him in his little car.
Oh, yeah. His little car. You mean his monster Subaru?
This thing is so hard to control. Dude, drifting on ice with the tracks just a little bit.
Oh, it's fun.
Feels like hero drifting on like dirt. Like just a little slip because you know you're slipping that much mass.
Yeah,
it's
fun.
So much fun. Glad it didn't break because I really, sometimes I don't get turns with things. I really enjoyed my turn. It was so much fun.
Well, you didn't even come close to breaking it. That was Will this time.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, now
I
it's
was
been
the first one to roll it.
You were, yeah. You and Will have both rolled it. I haven't even really.
Now it's been fully cartwheeled and just tipped.
Yep. So it's rollover tested. The tracks work. So now we got to take it to like the top of a mountain somewhere.
Absolutely.
In
That's
conjunction.
where this is going to shine, is going relatively fast on a groomed trail up a hill. Because these sharp turns with the Bronco ruts on the property are pretty difficult to navigate and probably honestly not good for it.
No, that's what I was mainly worried about, that one of you guys would go around a corner, hit one of the ruts, and just rip the track off like we did on the Colonel a couple years ago.
Yeah, because that's exactly what happened with the same exact tracks.
Here we go. We have the. Might as well show this while we're talking about it.
Why we were being careful.
This hub split in half.
Yeah.
Wow.
From these tracks.
It's just a lot more force than they're meant
so much
for.
force. Yeah.
The suspension on this thing is just unreal.
It is.
Yeah, these shocks are amazing.
And this is really bad conditions too. The snow's so hard.
And
so
there's
everything
ruts
is
on the
really
Bronco.
The ruts are the worst part. Because the hard snow makes it easier to turn. When I was driving it, it was really soft, heavy snow. So it was like I was full strength turning, and I would take my knee and prop my knee under the steering wheel and push up on it to go around a corner.
Yeah. Honestly, the seatbelt did a great job holding me in, and the cage did a great job protecting my head. So
solid.
And it was such a very gentle.
I
was like, oh. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.